Welcome to AskPsychSessions, where we ask some of the best teachers in psychology questions from you, our audience. If you would like to send in a question or an idea for a conversation, please visit bit.ly/AskPsychSessions. That's bit.ly/AskPsychSessions, all lowercase, no spaces. And here's our next question.
I'm here with Aaron Richmond. So Aaron, thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right. So here is a question. I would love to hear seasoned instructors discuss finding and maintaining your teaching identity or philosophy through changes in administration, departmental politics, jobs, in vogue, instructional technologies, etc. What do you bend on and what do you not bend on?
That's a great question. I think what you do not, let's start with what you don't bend on. I think you don't bend on your fundamental pedagogy. I don't think that you bend on whether you want to engage students or whether you're active or whether you use a Socratic method or whether you do this. I think the things that you can probably bend on is how those are implemented. So, for example, if there's the new thing is UDL, so Universal Design for Learning. Currently, which I'm all for, but there's not a lot of research on it right now. And so how do I implement that? Maybe you make your syllabus, make sure you run it through a reader, and you know that everybody can hear or see or whatever the case may be. Maybe they say, well, you have to do all these small group discussions and you have 150 intro-psych students. So you have to figure out ways in which you can implement that, but still have your philosophy, your pedagogy of teaching. And so don't change who you are, just maybe sometimes change or how you implement what they want you to change to.
Is there one thing that you have changed recently in your career that you're really thrilled that you made the change?
Yeah, in intro psych, I moved. I'm using Danae Hudson and Brooke Weisenhunt's book, and I moved the cognitive chapter up to the first, and I teach students how to study prior to really any other chapter in the intro psych, and then I use that to incorporate throughout every module or chapter in intro, where we come up with retrieval track practices, elaborative interrogation, or mnemonics, or whatever the case may be, or spacing, and so they actually get incorporated throughout the rest of the course, design-wise.
And then one last follow-up. Have there ever been any changes that you've made? You made the change and you went, this isn't really working out. I got to make another change or change back to what I was doing.
Absolutely, and it was with flipped courses. I flipped a senior thesis course, and it was an abysmal failure. There wasn't enough. In a flip design, they do a lot of the work outside of the classroom, but this was such a higher level course that they could not, when they came to class and prepared to discuss, they didn't have the foundational conceptual knowledge of what they needed to do for their senior experience. And so when basically I ended up lecturing or essentially having a formal lesson during that time in which in a flip model you should be kind of practicing and discussing how these apply and that kind of stuff. So it just bombed completely. And so it goes back to that adage that there's no silver bullet in instructional methods. And so flip to design didn't work in this higher level senior capstone course.
Aaron, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.